Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. My name's Marissa, and today I am doing part 1 of my May wrap-up. Just as a refresher, so this month's theme for actually reading, because I actually set a TBR, big shock I know, but this month's theme for reading was finishing series that I had already started in this year, because like I said, I was doing a lot of readathons, so I was reading a lot of first books in the series, but not actually finishing them, and I used to be such a series reader. I would start at the very beginning and read them all the way through to the end, and I have not been doing that because of all these readathons, and I've just been jumping around so much. So this month I really wanted to focus on finishing those series that I had already started. So I have finished 6 books already. It is, well, it's actually the 16th, but you know, whatever. As of yesterday, I had actually finished 6 books. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first one that I wanted to read is A Dark Triumph by LaFevers, and this is book 2. I can't remember what the series is called. Oh, this is a book 2 in the His Fair Assassin series, and this one is actually following another one of the girls who was an assassin. So this whole series is basically based on this whole religion. There is one set of people, women, nuns, that they follow basically their dark lord or whatever. I forget what the heck his name is because it's been a minute. But they become assassins and they kill people who basically need to be killed. And so in the first book you are following one girl, in the second book you are following a completely different one, and I kind of didn't think that I was going to enjoy that very much. You know, I tend to get very attached to characters, so when I found out that the second book was following a different character, I was a little apprehensive about it, but I actually started it and I really, really enjoyed it. There's still not much magic in here. There's a teeny tiny bit fantasy-like, but it's more like religious focused, and it's almost like religious miracles, if you will, versus an actual fantasy system. They're very much like a historical romance, is kind of what I equate it to, and I really ended up enjoying it. I think this book was just as good as the first as far as the romance goes, so you know, I definitely think it's worth a read if you like some historical romance with a little bit of fantasy in there. So of course, following in that same vein, we're also looking at book 3, which is Mortal Hearts, also by LaFevers. And this one is again following a completely different girl. Now this one, I think out of all 3 of them, has the most fantasy elements in it. I won't say anything because it's totally spoilers, but yeah, it was really, really good. I did have a little bit of an issue getting into this one because this girl, Aneth, is the one that I knew the least about, and I wasn't really attracted to her personality, I guess, but the farther I got into it, I really started to connect with her a little bit more. I wouldn't say that she is my favorite out of all 3 of them, but this one definitely brings the other 2 girls' storylines back into it and ties it up pretty nicely for an ending to a series. Now I will say that there is another spin-off series that comes after this, so I'm really interested actually to see where that one goes. So the next 3 books that I read, I'm going to talk about all at the same time because of course they're all in the same series, and this is the Raven Boys series. This is books 2, 3, and 4, and that is the Dream Thieves, Blue Lily, Lily Blue, and the Raven King. I will say that these are not my most beloved books. I enjoyed the storyline, I enjoyed following the characters, I really wanted to know what was going to happen, but I just think they're so disjointed sometimes. It's not a smooth follow through because it time jumps a lot, and it's not a very big time jump. It's like hours or days or weeks, or you know, like a month maybe at most, but they're not done very smoothly, I don't think, and I really did not enjoy them all that much. There is a male-male romance in here, there is a hetero romance in here, which I thought were both great. I thought they were both done really, really well. I don't know, they're just kind of like middle of the road blah for me, I guess. I don't think that the story was fleshed out. I think most of these books really revolved around the personal relationships between all of the main characters and then the side characters versus the actual plot storyline, which, you know, some people actually like, but for me, it just wasn't enough. It was like they would have like this secondary storyline of this bad guy going on, and then the main characters would never even meet up with a bad guy or like have anything to do with them. And it's like, well, what the hell was the point in all that? Or the main bad guy in each book would just be like taken out, and it's like, okay, well, that was easy. There was a whole lot of this build up for absolutely nothing. So I just think I'm just not a big fan of Maggie Stiefvater. I like her writing style. I just don't like her storytelling ability. Yeah, because I read, oh God, what was that other one? What was the other one about the horses? Oh, the Scorpio races? Yeah, the Scorpio races. And I thought I was really going to enjoy that. And I pretty much did until about the ending. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just not a fan of Maggie Stiefvater, so I think I am done trying to read her books. So while these were decent and definitely worth a read, they're just definitely not one of my favorites. So the last book that I have read in the first half of May was Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This has been a booktube darling, and I jumped on the hype train. I'm just gonna say it. What happened was I was placing an order through Barnes & Noble. I really wanted a collector's edition of another book, which I will show you guys in a haul that I'm doing later this month. But I ended up, it was like I needed like $10 to get free shipping or something. So I put this one on the order because I had heard about it. It was right there. It was on sale. So I put it on there. And I had just finished up the Raven Boys books that day, so I decided to start reading this. And I kid you not, like 6 hours later, I was almost halfway through the book. So yeah, it was really good. And then I ended up finishing it the very next day. So I zoomed through this one. I thought it was so cute, and just the romance in here, I absolutely loved it. It had me laughing out loud so very many times. And maybe I just don't read enough romances, but this was a 5-star book for me. To be perfectly honest, I generally do not read romance. I've always said I don't like romance. This was a little smutty. I do have to say there was a lot of kind of smutty sex scenes in there. Like every time these two got together, it was a sex scene, which I thought was kind of unnecessary after a while. I really wanted to see more of just, you know, the flirty interactions between the two of them, especially when they weren't together. It also got very, very political at the end. It went on for quite a while after their relationship issues were resolved with political stuff, which I didn't really care for, but I don't know, I guess it was kind of sort of interesting. But overall, definitely still a 5-star read for me. I absolutely adored this book. So far, those are 6 of the books that I have read in the month of May. Now, 5 of those were actually on my TBR. So the books that I still have to read for my TBR are Harry Potter books 6 and 7. And then I also have to read the 3rd book in the Diviners series, Before the Devil Breaks You. And honestly, I'm not really looking forward to reading any of those. Harry Potter is just because 6 and 7 are starting to get really, really dark. So those are more like the depressing parts of the series. They're not really light and fluffy, so I really just haven't been excited to pick it up, even though I love the series as a whole. And then the Diviners is because I've really been thinking about DNFing it, because the Diviners series is just not really my cup of tea. And I don't find that I'm enjoying it, and I'm like having to force myself to read it. So I'm still contemplating DNFing that book and just getting rid of it. But we shall see. I do have some more books coming in this month that I may end up picking up before I end up actually getting to any of these ones, but the most important ones were the ones that I was excited about, the ones, you know, that I already showed you, and the ones that I already read. So I'm definitely happy about that. But anyway, that is all for my part 1, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching my video. I upload every Wednesday and Saturday, and I would really love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe my videos. Have a great day.